Just going to do a quick audio test. Cool, audio is good. So I'm just inputting today's route quickly, and then we can get ourselves underway. So yeah, for now I just need to put in the route, and then we can get ourselves underway to Lisbon. I've been looking forward to today's stream for quite a while, actually. Well, since I scheduled it a couple of days ago. So go in. Right, that should be everything now put in on here, apart from my ultimate airport. I think everything's in there. I'll just check the cruise speed, actually. I'm putting in my flight plan into leaving my speed in Mach. Great. Useful. It's 450-ish. I'll set that then. So basically, cool, that's set. So I'll get this to audio started for you guys, so you can hear my wonderful flights in, and we'll get you guys some of this. Here you go. And that reminds me, there's one thing I still need to turn on, and that is the smart cars tracking thing for today. So and we are flying on Vatsim. Cool. Right, I'll start that flight now. Let smart cars start.
Return your seat back and folding trays to their full upright position.
Right, there we go. So let smart cars sort of do its thing now. So today we are flying from here in Ponta Delgada to Lisbon. So call sign today is Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo. So connect ourselves up and follow our flight plan now. The reason we're doing this quite random route, I wasn't really sure what we'd do, and I had a look. Turns out there's a Vatsim event on, starting at 10 o'clock down in Lisbon, 10 o'clock UTC time that is, so it's an hour and a half from now, and we'll be in Lisbon by then. In Grand's already online anyway, and Lisbon's getting very busy, so we can expect some controlling, definitely. If I look at the details, there's already 3 planes on their way to Lisbon, and this is the interesting thing, there's actually currently, where we are now in Ponta Delgada, there is another, that TAP Air Portugal you see there, that's also going to Lisbon. So, and I've looked at his sort of like notes, and we happen to be taking exactly the same route. So that's quite interesting. So we might see that TAP Air Portugal again down in Lisbon. Depends on who gets off first, basically. He's been connected longer, but obviously I get away a bit quicker than some. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. So we've got some fuel in the centre tank today, so I can turn those pumps off for now. Yeah, so that's just getting everything set up. So today we have 152 passengers and 2.6 kilos of cargo. Right, with those numbers, let's request boarding. 152. So GSX can now start to load. I'll put it on this page. Now meanwhile on this page we can get started with the flight planning. So LPPD. I'm going to LPPT. Flight number today is FR Ryanair flight 2622. Departed on runway 30 today on the Bava, no, not the Bava, the Beku 9 Romeo. Select that there. And then from there, oh, this is an interesting one. So they're going to Comet. So this isn't actually our route, by the way. We're going to Comet and then to Tabax and then to Busan, and that's it. But we do have a little interesting thing here. Between Beacon and Comet, we actually have an oceanic waypoint. Now I looked up how to enter these into our FMC because I haven't done them before. So it'll be I'll try what SimBrief's given me, and then I'll try what the tutorial said. That's the thing that SimBrief is saying. That didn't work. Okay, so I'll listen to what they said now, which is N38, and then because the thing it's told me on SimBrief is slightly different. Oh, that's also invalid. Oh, that's because I put in an extra W at the end. Cool. And that should now make sense. Hopefully. So if I look at my waypoint, it just says waypoint 1, does it? If I look at the plan, we should see, there it is, waypoint 1, and then Comet. So there we go, all in as it should be. So that's the first time I've ever entered in a oceanic waypoint, so I wasn't totally sure about how it worked. But there we go, obviously I've been able to do it, so we're okay. So it's about 800 miles, should take us about 2 hours this morning to get down to Lisbon. We might have a little bit of faff when we get to Lisbon, depending on how busy it is, I don't know. The plan at the moment, obviously, I have a feeling the runway we'll use will change, because once they get the ATIS up and start deciding what runway they want us all to take, that will definitely change. But for now, I've looked at the wind and it doesn't really suggest anything, so currently SimBrief is suggesting we use runway 35. So, although runway 35 doesn't have an ILS, so that kind of suggests to me it isn't the main runway. I'll have a look at the charts. So, I'll have a look at the aerodrome chart for Lisbon. Oh, it's a big airport, okay. Runways 17 and 35 are quite small. I reckon they'll be using runway 3 and runway 21. So we'll select runway 21 for now, because it's closest to 35. And we'll see what they say by the time we get down there, because I have a feeling it will change by the time we actually do get down there. So and the plan is to take a Busan arrival. The Busan 4 Papa it's not applicable for the ILS 21, so we'll take the Busan 4 Bravo, I guess, for now, and we'll see. Obviously, I'm expecting that to change, so we'll see how it plans out later. But for now, that's the route we've got. So I'm gonna have a look as well to see if the charts are correct. So star, Busan 4 Bravo, and I'll have a look at the 4 Delta as well to see if they're any different. So the Busan, here we go, under 250 in, and then in, and this one, they both require to be under 250 at Busan. They're actually very similar arrivals, so.
Good morning, thank you.
I will stick with that for now, what I've got. Also, I've learned, I think we should set this to 2000. Cool. And That can come on, flight directors and all that. And then what I'd also like to do then is start planning this, so zero fuel weight and all that. Cost index given to us by SimBrief 34. Obviously it's not the cost index that Ryanair use. We'll set 6,000 as the transition altitude. I'm looking on the chart. I think I'll need to look at the SID chart to get a better idea. Here you go, yeah, it is 6,000, cool. So we're going off runway 30, it's pretty much a straightforward departure today. Taxiing back from gate, well, W2, I think. Whiskey 2, gate we're on, and then the plan is taxi all the way down to Echo. Oh, which doesn't actually exist in our sim. So it'll be on to Oscar, and then backtrack the whole way down. Unless, actually, let's contact Unicom.
Morning. Good morning.
So we can see what's going on here. Now, SimBrief reserves are going to be...
How are you?
Where's the fuel thing that tells us how much extra fuel we can have? I'm looking now. Reserves are going to be 2.6 today. Cruise wind, obviously just default FSX, so 270 at 25. Okay, it's not letting me put that in. I think I need to put in 350 first. There. So that's when I'm going to start yelling at me, being like, oh, we can't do this at boost, and we can't do this, can't do that. But that seems okay. We've got no discounts or anything like that, so no D rates, that's for certain. I think this is, I'm not even sure how big the runway is here. V1, 135, rotate 137, V2, 147, so we'll set this up to 147. Calculate central gravity, trim is 4.86. So let's just go ahead and set that.
How are you? I'm doing good.
Cool. So I'll take that back to the legs page. Right, boarding's been completed. That's perfect timing. Just close the doors. Start the APU. Fuel pumps on. Electric sort of switches on. Cool. I think that's everything. Let's wait for the APU to start up, and we can also turn the packs off. Right, that tap is still on the ground, so just to see if that tap has any response, because obviously if there's two of us on the ground, they might be taking a different route, and I'd like to try and make sure we're on the same page, basically. Otherwise it could end badly. Smart cars has started, so we just need to wait for the APU to start up. Good, it has, which means I can take off the ground power. And remove the wheel chocks, and that's it. So, progress page, 878 miles, this is saying. Obviously it'll be slightly off. 823 it was originally meant to be. Obviously I know we've selected a different runway, but I don't know how much difference that should make. Oh, look at our arrival. Our arrival involves flying past the airport, that sort of says it. Oh, also, it's the waypoint upcat has actually been duplicated. So we want to delete that first upcat, I think. Let's put it down to 875 miles. That's, again, slightly more reasonable. So I go through the arrival now, it should just skip straight, yeah, to the runway. Cool. Alright, now I've got those little minor bugs sorted. Get everything on, and then we can start pushing back. So we're going to push back to the left, I think. Also, guys, I bought myself a brand new plane as well, which is cool. We won't have any overlay at the top today.
Hello, Captain.
Don't need it, and my monitor's full, so I can't fit smart cards on it, really. So put the strip to 35.0. Yeah, 350. And nav, VNav. And heading, which is should be about 300.
Locking gear.
And so we'll turn our TCAS on the ground here. It's actually being recommended. It says on Lisbon ground that they want their TCAS on while on the ground. So Lisbon is getting busy. There's currently one on the ground, but there's quite a few approaching. Right, left.
Departure check completed. Bypass.
So a lot of people are doing what I'm
All
doing,
engines clear.
departing now, so that when they go online, we'll know what's going on. Right, we'll start engine 2 first. I can't really remember what. There is a specific one you meant to start first, and I can never remember. Yeah, so I bought the ATR 72 by Kenard. I'm trying to get used to flying it. It's quite a good aircraft. So next week, I think we're gonna fly that. I'm gonna take a test flight to make sure I know how to fly it first properly. But it seems alright. So right, engine 2 is firing up. Engine 1 is now getting started. Right, let's introduce flaps 1, flaps 2. Is that flaps 5 now or flaps 2? And introduce fuel to engine number 1. Flaps lever, I think that's still 2, isn't it? Maybe. Yes. Right, we'll go flaps 5 then. And we can turn on our central fuel pumps as well, because we have got a little bit of fuel in those centre tanks that we can use. Right, engines are basically started now, so we can put them both into continuous. APU can come off. Set parking brakes.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
So since that TAP Portugal hasn't got moving, we are taking exactly the same route. So obviously it's basically who gets off first with the person who gets there first, right? So yeah, we're all set. Let's get the auto brakes into RTO. Run through the checklist. We've done all of them. Continuous, yes. TRA, yes. Landing lights and all that we set later. Packs can come back on. This needs to be hooked to 35.0. 35,000.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass bin removed.
Cool. And the block time, I think we should. I remembered. I've never done this, but I remembered, like, from watching other flight simulators. I don't know why it's only just clicked at me. You can start the other clock to get the block time. So the right clock does the block time, and then the left one does the
Left is clear.
overall time of the flight. So we'll be doing that today. So they're set to flaps 5. Just wait for the message from GSX to say we're good to go, and we'll go ahead and get out of here. Now, there's not really much need for charts at this airport. It's actually a very small airport. Right, so they said have a good trip. We can get moving, basically. So there's no ATC or anything like that.
If I can have everyone's full attention while we run through the safety information after hearing. Seatbelt sign of the safety and fasten seatbelt.
Okay, we have a slight calibration issue. Which I'm going to have to watch. So let's go controls. Calibrate.
It's recommended that you keep your seatbelt fastened during the flight.
That hasn't fixed our problem. Controls. Calibrate. Advanced. Yeah, sadly, for whatever reason, we've got a problem with the yoke in the game. It's like slightly off what it actually is, unfortunately. Yeah, being told off by the other pilot now. Yeah, sadly, the calibration on my yoke is totally broken a bit there. I don't understand what's really going on. So, I'm hoping, what if I go into mouse yoke? No, that doesn't do anything either. Or maybe it did. So we'll backtrack down the runway. Are we still steering to the left? Yeah, we are. This could become an issue when we're in the air. Something's obviously gone a bit wrong. What if I try? I'll try unplugging my yoke and plugging it back in again. Okay, I think I might have solved it now. Yes, we've solved it by unplugging the yoke. And plug it back in again. You know, if something doesn't work, just turn it off and on, and generally that seems to work for some reason. It's quite an odd one, that, but it always seems to work, so. So let's backtrack down this runway. We're going quite quickly, obviously don't want to disturb anybody else. That may be around. But I've already managed to disturb one person with my yoke calibration issue, so. Right. So we're, slowly approaching the end of the runway. Man, it's a long runway, this. At least it feels long. I think all runways seem to feel long when you're backtracking down them. And there's a little place where we can flip around. Right, start to slow it down now, because we can flip it around. Luckily, this is one of, most airboats just have like a little teeny pad-like thing that you can turn around on. This actually has a proper loop, which is cool. I don't think I've ever seen that. Right, we're set to go then. So let's get ourselves lined up. Right, cool. They go on. T-Class is already on. I'm going to tell us can come on. And I'd say we're good. Quick recall check. And start the clock. Power up to 40%. Toga. And away we go, guys. Airspeed's live. A knots. V1 rotate.
V1
Rotate. V2.
The tap air has disappeared. Positive rate gear up. And we'll fly this bit now, just sort of hand fly it by the looks of it. We've got a bit of a nice sort of departure out, haven't we? Just follow it round to this first waypoint here. Flaps coming in. And on goes the autopilot. There we go. Cool. Right, taxi lights. Mama turn-offs can come off. Auto brake back to there. Engine switches back to normal. That's everything. Cool. Lovely scenery. Have to add that in there. Very nice scenery. And apparently that tap air is still on the ground. I didn't see it. Quite quickly. Got no waypoints of any kind. No restrictions of any kind now. So that's cool. Standard pressure. Get rid of the charts for this airport now. Get sim brief up. And we'll get the 80s tuned. 124. 124.15. It won't be in range yet. Sadly, it'll probably be one from FSX, so it won't be any good. Right, for us passing 10,000 feet. Landing lights coming off. I won't do the seatbelt signs until we've passed VMG and we're nicely on our way. And put us into 80 nautical mile range now because we've got some massive gaps between waypoints here. They're all pretty big gaps between waypoints, so we left the gate 10 minutes ago, then yeah, 4 minutes. Pretty cool. This is saying 2 hours and 20 minutes till arrival. Oh, I mean, what's our Boeing saying? That's probably more accurate. 10:50. So literally, hour and 58 minutes. That makes sense. That makes more sense. It's quite a long flight. This is probably the longest one we've done on stream for a while. In about an hour's time, the whole of Lisbon should be lighting up. So, and apparently, currently we're the only ones. So we've got a flight from Munich that's getting to Lisbon quite soon. A flight from just Turkey. I'm not sure where. It just says Turkey. Getting in at 9:48, and then 10:03 a flight from Vienna. Obviously, our ETA is a bit false because we're still speeding up. But I'm at that point now where I can pretty much turn on the fasten seatbelt turn off the seatbelt sign. Just wait for the plane to level out, and then I'll do it. Right, we're leaving behind the lovely Portuguese island of Ponta Delgada, somewhere quite a long way over here, Lisbon. And obviously we've had some oceanic waypoints to play into it as well, which I've never used, so that's quite interesting, isn't it? What's our current landing speed? Right, 109.5. Put that in ready. And a course of 206. Oh, we're out of food in the centre tank already, okay. Didn't expect to be out that quickly. So now we're going to start using the 2 outer tanks to burn our fuel. What was I going to do? I was going to, oh yeah, set the course, 206. There's quite a high chance that all this will change by the time we get down there anyway. They're probably using it, I mean, it's 060 the wind now, which would suit. It would suit the other runway, so runway 03 we're probably going to be using now. The Vatsim 4 Papa, which is what we can actually use. And that's going to decrease our journey time. Actually no, it's going to increase our journey time by quite a bit. Anyway, has it like totally duplicated some of the... It has. We've got a mix here of like... It hasn't deleted the other arrival. So, well, I'll have a look. I have to have a look at the chart now. So 03, Vatsim 4 Papa. That's this one here. So under flight level 170 at Vatsim, which is this Vatsim there. Okay, what's happened is it has duplicated the arrival, basically. Yeah, that's what's happened. So everything before this Vatsim here is basically the old arrival. It's duplicated the arrivals. So surely if I just click Vatsim and then put it here, does that then bring forward everything? Yeah. Cool, that's what we actually wanted. So I've deleted the other one. We now need to be below 170 at Vatsim. And 250 knots. Yeah. And then we head to PT 418. And then ECMA. ECMA has a restriction of 220. And then PT 42. And then 41, 42, and in then to the ILS at Pessex. So that's that sorted basically. So there was little, it sort of duplicated our arrival, but there we go. all sorted. We're okay. Actually, I should turn off the seatbelt signs now. So I select the cost index as being 34. I must have, but like, I don't remember. Yeah, I did. Just see with that, remembering. It's amazing. And that other TAP Air Portugal has now taken off. But we left 10 minutes ago, so we are ahead of it currently. And by the looks of it, we're gonna arrive well after the Vienna plane. That's 330 miles away. We're 750 miles away. And Lisbon is starting to get busy now, so expect some craziness maybe. As we get down to Lisbon, definitely expect craziness. Also, I discovered why the ACC were like so hard to understand. My output volume was on like default. I put it up to like plus 15, and unless the air traffic controller is like really quiet, you can hear them pretty well. Certainly better than before. So other pilots can be a bit loud now. Like you can get ones that are just screaming into the mic, but it's okay. Right, landing altitude 420. Okay, 424. So it's, if you round it, it's 400. Just. Like if it was 1 feet higher, it would be 450. So I can set this as well now. That's the wrong one. This one here. And it's there'll be an altitude of 624. That means we've done all that. So we don't have to do anything until landing now. Let the plane sort of fly itself. Watch the wind down in Lisbon, but at the moment it looks like we're going to be using the other runway. Also, if they change the QNH, we have to stick to that, obviously, to make sure we're all on the same altitude, otherwise it can get very confusing. Right, look at that contrail forming behind us now. And then once we land, right, let's see if I can make any sense of this chart, because it's very confusing. Right, so we'll vacate probably on Hotel November or Uniform Sierra, and then it's Uniform 4, Uniform 3, Uniform 2. Romeo, I'll probably be told to go from Uniform 4 on to Romeo 2, Romeo 1, and then somewhere into the terminal. Where is the terminal? I need to get a docking chart, actually. Right, is there any specific place where we park? Doesn't really say. It just says stand 200. So, there you go, yeah, stands 200. So that's by the bottom end of runway 35. That is. So I can see the apron we're looking at taxiing into. Terminal 2, that's what it is. So we'll taxi off, cross 35, I think, and then runway 200, 201, 202. Basically the whole of apron 20, basically. Is the plan. So we've been in the air 15 minutes. There is 3 planes on the ground. And hopefully that TAP Air Portugal won't be able to go too quickly, and I can arrive before it. That'll be rather nice. We're almost at cruising altitude, and we're going to be here for quite a while. It's actually quite a long flight, so time to chill out, I guess, isn't it? And obviously boosting, we've got to be below 17,000. It's quite strict, but obviously boosting's not actually that far from the airport, so it makes sense. I'd rather we got runway 3. It fits us a lot better than runway 21. I'm just getting a notepad out. For when we need to write taxi instructions. Because we will. Right, there's the little altitude horn as well to tell us that we are approaching our cruise altitude. And we're going to be here now for 1 hour and 14 minutes. So, and we should start to see Lisbon come alive quite soon. In the next sort of 40 minutes, I reckon. So before we start descending. What time do we actually enter Portugal's centre? 1 hour and 8 minutes into the flight, so yeah, they could actually be online by the time we enter their centre, because I think Lisbon Control are also going to be online. I think the plan is we're going to have full ATC. I'm not totally sure if we are. We're doing good, man. So we'll just chill out a bit. So we're doing pretty good here. Europe's getting very busy actually looking at this. Flights in, honestly, Vatsim has been so busy this last week. It's nuts. Like, normally this time of the morning we've got about 500 connections. We've got 800. It's so busy. It's fun actually having Vatsim's busy. There's lots of ATC everywhere really. Whole London Centre are on as well, which is cool. I'm just going to look around Vatsim basically. Right, we're approaching Beacon, I don't know. Whatever it's called. Wind today is actually slightly different to what we'd normally get. Weirdly, it's 279, so it's 280 at 25. So the wind direction does actually change in FSX, interestingly. That's actually kind of helped us, this wind direction, because we're getting a pretty good sort of tailwind as well, which is quite nice. It's 26 knot tailwind. I'm not sure that's possible considering the wind direction, say 25 knots, but we're managing it. And the route's pretty much straightforward. Like, it is just from Waypoint to Coma to Tabax. It's all in a row. It's been an 8-set day, and that it still favours runway 030. And the last one was at 9 o'clock, so there'll be another one at 9:30, I reckon. So over the sea currently, it looks quite nice actually. Can't see the island we took off from. Can't see any land at all really. We are just over the ocean, that's why we're having to follow oceanic waypoints. I mean, despite this flight being quite long, there's no set climbs, which is quite interesting. You know, maybe you'd expect some set climbs, but no. So at the moment it's looking like that tap plane 17 minutes behind. Oh, there you go, 13 minutes behind me. It's looking like. So yeah, we can just basically sit back and chill now, because there's not really much to do for another 500 miles. Apart from every now and then check. Oh yeah, that's the one thing I need to do now. 109.1. So that part of it's changed, and the course is now 026. Because obviously we did swap runways after the winds were revealed. Obviously until the 80s comes online, I'll try to switch into the 80s now. We're not in range of it though, are we? No. The 80s isn't even online in terms of a voice one. The only one we'll get is the FSX one, which will probably be wrong anyway. So I need to get Active Sky. It's one thing I definitely need to try and buy for my flight sim. I need to get real world weather because it's a pain without it. So for now we're just sort of chilling out, and we've got 120 miles to run to our oceanic waypoint, and then after that it's on to Coma, 240 miles later. Tabax boost, and then that's sort of the arrival then in. Quite a simple landing. Better than, I'd rather land on runway 3 than runway 21, so we'll see what people are saying later. And for now, Lisbon is starting to get quite busy looking at this now. There's a flight from Heathrow departing. There's a pre-filed flight from Gatwick. Weirdly, I'm the only Ryanair. You would have thought there would be more. Obviously not. Currently, Smart Cars is working. This thing is hour and 19 minutes until arrival. Let's actually get up the Smart Cars thing now. So I'm just getting up. I'm trying to get you guys the Smart Cars thing. So it will be window capture. There. So then we want just a small part for now. Can I fit all this on? I'm not sure I can fit the whole of it on, unfortunately. Sadly, I don't think I can fit that on because of... Well, obviously this doesn't work, does it? So we're going to shorten it a bit more again so you can get a total flight time in there and nothing else. There. Maybe I should make it a bit smaller. I think I should make it a bit smaller. It'd be nice if I could get a bit more of it in there, really, but... It's not really possible to get it small enough. I mean, it's just not readable, is it? It's that small. I'll try and get, like, the smallest... Nah, it's still too big. So we'll just leave it, I think, for now. Try and get it the right size, really. Cool. So you guys can now see the total flight time and the time to arrival. Cool. I've now created a group for like all the smart cars. So whenever I can turn on smart cars, it'll display that no matter which smart cars I'm using. Now if I obviously get rid of smart cars from my screen, it then can't see it anymore, unfortunately. But it can still see that, so... Obviously, the time to arrival is just an estimate, like with Project Fly and all that. So don't take it too seriously, but yeah, it's quite nice to have. Now that tap Portugal, it's going way quicker than us, unfortunately. So it will catch up to us. At this rate, it's actually going to get there just 5 minutes before us. And it's not actually at cruising altitude yet. Because unfortunately for us, we're stuck with FSX default weather, but that other plane is probably using active sky. So it'll be quicker than us because it'll have proper wind. It's real life wind. We're just getting fake wind. Sadly. Oh, there's no nearest tower anymore, so it skips that bit out. And then it can't do... That's a little bit annoying. So unfortunately now... we are stuck with the fact that I cannot... Oh, that's nice then, game. Oh yeah, I can press. So this inside view from our Ryanair cabin. The Ryanair cabin, obviously there's no proper rendered cabin. It's just the default PMDG cabin. It looks a lot nicer than the Ryanair one. If you've ever flown Ryanair, you know it's bright yellow. Blue seats, it's blue seats, which look quite nice. And then you got like these little bolt, like the headrest, the back head area of the seat, like here, this part, is bright yellow. Like, oh, when you step on a Ryanair plane, you'll know what it means. It illuminates yellow. And it's just weird. It's not great. I mean, if I was an airline boss, I wouldn't try to blind my customers. Oh well. Oh, here it goes. Oh, I thought it was Lisbon approach went online, then it's Ponta approach have been online now. So, obviously, it is Lisbon online day, but they are planning to light up Portugal with as much as they can. So, let's set the heading bug to we change heading slightly at this next waypoint, but really not by much. Right, it's literally like by one, like 097, 096, teeny. But obviously the next waypoint's got an even bigger gap, so obviously it's called waypoint 1 because we entered it manually as a like nav fix thing. So it's obviously 38N 020 West. Obviously entering in what SimBrief tells me is wrong. I need to enter in the N4, like the West. I need to think of. So it's like North 38 was it, and then 020 West. No, it was West 020. So basically, move the N and the W to before the number, not after the number, and then SimBrief is right. Because SimBrief is wrong, basically. It tells you the wrong thing. Well, at least it might tell you the right thing. It's just not what you enter in. So your FMC, I've always wondered how to enter in those coordinates. So there's not many guides on YouTube because generally people just enter in their routes like directly from SimBrief without putting them in, like company routes, which I'm not a fan of doing. I like to 1, show you guys the route, and 2, actually put in the route. So yeah, Another plane behind us has started to reach cruising altitude. It has started slowing down a bit, so it looks like Arbis will be there first. Well, there's lots of planes now. There's a plane from Palma. There's a plane from Heathrow, Zurich. There's lots of planes that are now sort of closing in on Lisbon. This is the 2D cockpit. Looks alright. So yeah, I'm expecting Lisbon to come online in about half hour's time. Obviously things like Ponta have already started lighting up. Oh, Lisbon ground has actually gone offline. So I think at 9:30 they might be preparing for like a change of shift or something. Which would make sense. There's the sun up there. Looks quite cool. So far we've been in the air just 36 minutes. We've got quite a while to run yet. Still 400 miles until our total descent. So we've got a bit of time to run yet. Don't mind. And Lisbon ground's come back online now. But I think it's a different controller. So they're obviously getting ready for the online day now. So they've had like their one controller shift until 9:30. And now we're getting some other controllers, I reckon. That's probably what's happening. Nautical miles to go until the next waypoint, and it is literally called waypoint 1, amazingly, because obviously I entered it in using coordinates, which I don't normally do. I wouldn't normally enter in a waypoint using coordinates like that. So here we are. If you look on the flight plan, that gives you, if I show you, so we entered in that. If we enter in that into FMC, wrong. What we want to do is move the N to here and the west to here. As you can see, scroll down here, look. That's what we entered into our FMC. That. So that sort of makes sense now. Speaking of charts at Lisbon. Confusing. That's our arrival. I need to do this more often, like show you guys the charts. Maybe that's a good idea. So when I'm talking about charts, you guys can actually see what I'm saying. Because I always talk about, oh, we'll do this, and you can be at this altitude here, and you guys can't see it, so kind of pointless. So that TAP Portugal plane should now be. I don't know why it's not cruising. It keeps it's like at 33,300. Oh, it's changed its cruise altitude from 35 to 33,000 feet, and it's going faster than me, unfortunately. But according to this, it'll be 4 minutes behind me still. So hopefully that remains true. Right, it's gone 9:30 now, so I'm not sure. We might get an updated ATIS. It's not there yet. Kind of expected, isn't it, to not get the updated one yet? It only takes about 10 minutes to enter into vPilot. I don't know why, but it does. Right, so now we've passed that waypoint. It's just 233 miles straight, pretty much. Tacoma, so we can just sort of cruise along. Change our heading to 096 into 097. We were just practically waiting for it to get busy down in Lisbon now. So we are 41 minutes into the flight now. We're pretty much bang on time to what Simrid was saying. Block time, which is our other little clock over here, should say 2 minutes 25 by the time we land. And this is our flight time clock. So we've done, let's have a look at smart cars. So we've done 286 miles. That's direct, so obviously we've done a bit more than that. And direct to Lisbon is 500 miles. Obviously we got a little bit more than that. So, but direct to Lisbon is 500 miles, and we're only 515 miles away. So we're mostly direct to Lisbon, and that counts obviously the star and everything. So we are pretty direct, pretty much as direct as we're going to be able to get. So pretty good. Right. I'm doing alright at the moment. 214 nautical miles to next waypoint. That's going to take us 27 minutes. Longer than you'd think. Obviously next week we are going to be flying the ATR 72 by Nardo online. Hopefully I can get some practice on it next week. And then I can learn how to fly it, and that will help basically for when we fly it on Vatsim next Saturday. So the plan will probably be to fly a delivery flight from Toulouse to Glasgow, I think, because it's quite new to fly UK, so they haven't got any routes set up yet. With it, the routes won't start until April, and next Saturday is the 28th, so it's still March. I'm going to try and get the air app data to work in it, but wait and see. So it's basically chill out, isn't it? This is what I like about flight simming with what we can do. We can basically just chill out, and it's quite fun. So there's now 3 planes on the ground at Lisbon. It's going up and down a little bit, but it's been quite busy around Lisbon. Currently only ground online. I'm not currently in Lisbon Centre. I reckon I'll be in it one at Coma. To me, that's why Coma is a waypoint. It's like to enter the Lisbon FIR. I can have a look actually on SimBrief. It is literally we enter Lisbon FIR at Comert. So about 10 o'clock we'll be entering the Lisbon FIR, which is pretty nice, pretty okay. So not really much to talk about now, is there? So we've got 59 minutes left to run according to smart cars. According to my Boeing, an hour and 10 minutes. I'm going to believe the Boeing. Smart cars is based on our current speed and direct. Obviously, when we land, we will not be doing our current speed and we won't be going direct. The Boeing calculates everything, so that's why the Boeing thinks we'll take 11 minutes longer. Because obviously we have to slow down on approach. There's some speed restrictions at Busan, down to 250 below 17,000. Things like that. Nice looking plane, obviously no towers in the area whatsoever. No airports, nothing like that. Maybe we should have planned for ETOPS, who knows. I mean, I'm trying to get ETOPS up on... Maybe there isn't anything then. I'm trying to get it up on what's it called? SimBrief and it's doing nothing, so... Whatever. Hopefully we can have a good landing at the end of this. I haven't obviously flown virtual Ryanair for quite a while in these streams, so you know we're going to butter it or not. Obviously it's Ryanair, so we could not butter it. Who knows? There's no 4 planes on the ground at Lisbon, so Lisbon is starting to really get busy now with lots of departures and lots of arrivals. The plane to Zurich has just taken off. That'll be their way after us. The plane to Parma, you know, it's got 550, so we'll probably be there before the plane to Parma as well. So there's currently the only plane that's going to be there at the same time as me is the other one also coming from Ponta Delgada. It's quite odd that both of us have taken off about the same time. Obviously it wasn't planned. So, oh well I guess. Just a bit odd. Also Flyco are going to start flying the 737-900. So when they release the route for that, I'll have a look. And we'll definitely fly that. But again, that won't be until April. So maybe in 2 weeks' time we'll do some flying with the 737-9. Never flown the Dash 9, flown the Dash 7, flown the Dash 8, never flown the 9. So that'll be interesting. Obviously next week I'd love to do some ATR 72 stuff. I think Toulouse to Glasgow is probably what we're going to end up doing. I think it's Toulouse to Glasgow. I can check on FlyUK's website if it's working, because you can only get it up by searching it. And their website never works. To search stuff, it just doesn't work. No, it's not having it today. It's a weird thing. Basically, the box to search doesn't come up. So, because sadly, I can only search it if it's like a charter flight. Because it is a charter flight, so it's oh well. But it'll be flying to Glasgow, I think. And they've removed all the flights that the No, they've removed some flights from Glasgow. I think they're planning to operate more flights from Glasgow, which is why they've got the ATRs. And obviously I would search to see what you can bring up, but nothing at the moment. Oh, well, we'll get rid of FlyUK's website then, because it's not really any help, is it? It doesn't work. Ever. Oh, here you go. LPPC West Centre have come online. And that is, I think, West. That might not be us just yet. I'll search Vatsim, Portugal. They might have some help as to ATC boundaries. So they've registered as online here, look. Covers LPMA and LPPS unless local ATC available. So the fact that they cover those other ones suggests, yeah. And all of them are going to come online at, so delivery are going to come online at 10, ground are planning to come online from 10, tower at 10. Well, I think it's bugged out because they're all under the same name. So we're doing Lisbon 10 till 10, which is cool. What's the next event they're doing? Next Saturday they're having an island hop, but that's a bit later on in the day, so we can't join in. So yep, I think we're gonna have. I can't find any chart that suggests where the boundaries are. It might just be the whole of the centre actually, considering they cover LPMA and all those other ones. So let's get that pre-tuned. It is 131.325. So we want that ready for when we get there. We're not going to be getting there for another, 17 minutes. That's when we cross into their boundary. They might contact us slightly before then. That lovely view outside. Cool. 130 nautical miles to Conant, and that's where we end up in our next sort of. That's where we end up on our next ATC boundary, and that's when ATC are going to contact us. We're still at the ocean at the moment. No sign of land anywhere, obviously. We're not going to see land until we end up in Lisbon. I'm going to start zooming in actually because it's getting a bit like, with all the planes around Lisbon, it's quite difficult to see anything around this area. So at the moment, we're going to have 3.8 kilos of fuel when we land, so plenty of fuel because our reserves are 2.6. Cool. Obviously, I can't see the can't see land yet, as we are still quite a while away from it. We're still 400 miles from Lisbon, and it's on the coast, so we probably won't see land for a good 300 miles at least. And that's in the distance. Like when we're 300 miles, when we're 100 miles from Lisbon, we might see it in the distance. I'm not sure what the distance is actually. So we've got 270 miles to go until we descend. So there's still quite a bit of time before we have to do anything really. Our heading's gone back to 097 actually, it's quite odd, considering we should be facing 096. And then from Coma it's 60 miles to Tabax, and after that it's pretty much straight to Busan, of which has another quite long gap of 178 miles. Obviously this one has quite a long gap as well. Yeah, plenty of long gaps between waypoints this has. A little bit of lag then, I'm not sure if we were loading in something. No, I still can't view a tower, so there's obviously no airports nearby. And the first plane has just landed at Lisbon, it's a Lufthansa. So that'll start to clear it a little bit when planes start landing. That's what will help. When planes start landing, that's what will help us. So currently Lisbon like the approach and all that haven't come online, so in other airports they are starting to come online, because we are now at 10 to 10. So I mean, this event they're having at Lisbon is quite nuts actually. It's 10 AM to 10 PM. The whole of Lisbon, pretty much the whole of Portugal even, is online, but it centres around Lisbon, and it's just nuts, like totally nuts that they're doing this. It's cool though. Obviously it's the reason we're doing the flight today. I'm not sure what flight we'd be doing today if they hadn't had this event, so it's quite nice that they're having it. So we pushed back from the gate an hour and 4 minutes ago, but we connected to Vatsim an hour and 19 minutes ago, so it only took us like 15 minutes to prep the aircraft. That's pretty good. I don't get it, because some people do spend ages on the ground. We seem to be able to prep them quite quickly, and I don't really understand that. Like, why are we much quicker at it for like some weird reason? It doesn't really make much sense, really, does it? Obviously, SmartCast has an FPM counter. We can see how good our landing will be. I'm not sure how good it will actually be. It could be terrible. So, who knows? We're approaching 80 miles to Komoot, so we should see it pop up on our little nav display here. Is our nav display frozen? It's meant to have a range of 80 miles. Okay, the range on it isn't 80 miles. That's been established. It's more like, well, currently 78 miles and can't see it. I mean, this line here should be 80 miles. 20, 40, 60, 80. It's set to 80. There it is, I can see it appearing. Okay, so the range is actually 75 miles, I think. Maybe even 74, I think actually, yeah, 74 miles. I wait until the dot pops up, because the dot is like the exact place. There's the dot, so it's about 72 mile range-ish. Not 80. Right, Lisbon, I've now got 5 planes on the ground, so it's getting busy now. It is really getting busy, so they've only got 3 planes on the ground now. One's departed and I think one might have disconnected. And there we go, there's the call to go to Lisbon Centre, 131.32. Lisbon Centre, hello, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo with you at flight level 350.
Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, good morning sir. Set squawk 4763.
Squawk 4763, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo.
And Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, could you please give me your estimated time to position Komoot?
Estimated time at Komoot 10:02 Zulu, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo.
Copied 1002, thank you.
Right, 4763 I think he said. So all of that, so 476, this is why I should have wrote it down really. So let's get that down, 4763. That's why I turned up the volume. This controller, I can actually understand the volume we've got. Because I know it says 957
Control,
in
good
my
morning.
game.
Portugal, Portugal 15 kilos, flight level 330 inbound Komoot.
Portugal 15 Kilo Oscar, good morning sir. Set squawk 4772.
Squawk 4772, Portugal 14 kilo Oscar.
And a Portugal 15 Kilo Oscar, please give me your estimated time to position Komoot.
That'll be 1008 at Komoot, Air Portugal 15 kilos.
Thank you.
So there we go. That Air Portugal 15 Kilo Oscar, that is the plane that we saw down at Ponta Delgada that was just behind me. So by the looks of it, we're about 6 minutes apart according to his FMC and my FMC, so we should be okay. And just waiting on it now. So we've got a squawk code and all that, just sort of just good, like wait and see. So we set our squawk code and all that, just need to obviously wait on further instructions really. For now though we seem okay, and now it's 10 o'clock, Lisbon's filed into life. Here you go, let's have a look at the ATIS. In use, okay, ILS approach runway in use 03. After landing, vacate via Hotel November. So, that's the advice we've been given by the ATIS. Currently, ILS approach runway in use 03. Transition level 5,500. And we've also got tower online. And we've got ground online, so it's all kicking off a bit now. And approach is online as well. Covers Lisbon arrivals below flight level 085. So we've got full ATC now from here to the ground, which is cool. That's obviously why we did our arrival. I gotta remember, what arrival are we actually on? The Busan for Papa for runway 03. So I'm wondering whether the controller might contact us at Komoot. I don't know how you pronounce Komoot. I don't know. But the controller might contact us there if they ask when we're going to get there. So obviously I said 10:02 because our game is about 5 minutes behind real life time. So add 5 minutes to it and there we go, we got it. So LPPC Centre have actually come online, so we've got 2 lots now. So we'll probably be passed off onto their control a bit later on. Nothing from the ATIS yet, so for now just continue as normal. When's descent? We're looking at 180 miles yet, so still 25 minutes. It's got 19 nautical miles Komoot, which we should hit in about 3 minutes, 2 minutes, something like that. What was that noise then? Came over, there was like a... Did someone like press the wrong button or something? Okay. Yeah, the ATC just made an odd noise. I'm not sure what that was, but okay. Yeah, lots of ATC online. It's cool to have everything.
Hotel 3839.
That's what that sound was. It's Air Portugal 3839 that's trying to contact like our sensor, but it keeps going wrong for some reason.
Portugal 3839, I missed your message.
Hi, Portugal 3839. Sorry, you may fly direct Abuso.
Fly direct to Abuso, Portugal 3839.
So for now we're pretty good. That's Portugal has slowed down. Right, delivery have also gone online now at Lisbon. Obviously that doesn't really concern us.
2Jet32 Mike, no further ETC is available. You may monitor Unicom 122.8. Have a nice flight. Bye bye.
111 for now. 2Jet32 Mike, bye.
That's Komoot, we've just hit it now. So slight turn. Ooh. Press that button there. Nice view outside. First turn in ages that was. It's been going straight really since Ponta Delgada, and we've been, in the air an hour and 10 minutes. Sort of says it. a little bit, isn't it?
Lisbon Control, good morning. Easy 15 Yankee Golf flight level 37, sir. Apologies for the late contact.
Easy 15 Yankee Golf, no problem, so radar contact 370, continue as far.
Continue as far, Easy 15 Yankee Golf.
I can sort of like half understand what that pilot's saying, the EasyJet there. Speak a bit quickly. Oh well. There we go, we've just come into range of all of the controlling now at Lisbon, so I can get the ATIS. 124.15, no? Can I not hear com 2? Or is it just not in range? Probably isn't in range. I'll try contacting them on this one. No, I just can't. I'm not actually in range of the ATIS, even though it says I am. Whatever. So I reckon the next thing I passed on to could be 125.5. It could also be 125.12. So that's Lisbon approach there. That's what I plugged in. I think that might be who we passed on to next, so wait and see. So now we are getting a bit close to our destination. 2 approaches have actually come online for some reason. Okay, runway 17/35 is closed at Lisbon apparently. Currently it's now taxiway Tango. So if I get told taxiway Tango, so
muito tarde, você puxou 112, Charlie, did you take double please? No, 317.
No, I just wrote that on my notes. They tell me to go via taxiway Tango, that's what we're going to take. ATIS is still saying runway
Portugal 112 Charlie, muito bom dia, identified. Climb to flight level 370, direct position Bexal.
See the Bexal, 370, Portugal 112 Charlie.
Some people speak really quickly on here. Do I speak quickly when I'm doing it? I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. We've still got 130 miles to get to descent, so nothing really yet. At all. We've got to be below 170 at Busan. That's the plan. The plane is giving me, so yeah, in fact we don't have to descend for 130 miles, we're still pretty good here. So let's change our headings to match our current heading. Now I'll check I've got this now filed correctly. So 109.1 is set here, yes, and 026 is set there, so yeah. We're all ready for the ILS arrival. Obviously we don't really need that yet, but it's good to be ready. So I'll take they want this to vacate on Hotel November, so I'll have a look. Have a look at the chart here. Yeah, so that is not the last exit, it's the one before that. Cool. there's currently 3 planes on the ground at Lisbon. One of them's landed, so it's a little bit. It's getting a little bit busy now. Definitely, there's lots of departures have been filed, and lots of planes departing. Obviously, everyone sort of thinks, "Oh, there's an event on. Why not?" And everyone just sort of swarms the airport.
Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo identified at flight level 350, proceed direct to Busan.
It's direct Busan, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo. Cool. So we're told to go direct. Not that it really made any difference, since, you know, it's pretty much a straight path to it anyway. Well, I don't know, maybe it cut out a little bit of time, who knows. It's nice out to see like
Ryanair
this.
21 Uniform Bravo, expect the Busan 4 arrival.
Expect Busan 4 Papa arrival, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo. Okay, so I've already got that plugged in there, because obviously that's what I thought I would have anyway, so. But cool, I'll just check. So yeah, Busan 4 Papa apart. I've noticed they call it that. A lot of controllers call it Papa. Is it Papa?
Ryanair 5 Mike Whiskey, report your position.
Yes. I'm pretty sure he said to report position Ryanair 5 Mike Whiskey. And I'm looking around and I don't see any aircraft with that call sign. Unless I just can't see it.
Ryanair 5 Mike Whiskey, contact Lisbon Control on 125.550.
I can't see this Ryanair that he's trying to contact. He's trying to talk to 5 Mike Whiskey. I'm looking around the Vatsim by, unless it's just spawned in.
Easy 15 Yankee Golf, monitor Unicom 122.8. Have a nice flight. Bye bye.
Unicom 122.8, thank you very much. Easy 15 for Yankee Golf, I'll see you soon.
So there's a little bit of chatter on Unicom, no, not on Unicom, on this centre, but it's not actually that busy really over Lisbon. I think we are earlier than 7 people to this event. Looking at our arrival, it's basically just get to Busan, and then after that it's above 5,000 the whole way. Basically, it's quite straightforward. Obviously, we might be told otherwise by ATC, but other than that, it's quite basic, the arrival. But getting the taxi directions right when we land is the most difficult thing. I'm terrible at like understanding airfields, partially because it's FSX and there isn't much in the way of proper like signage at airports, and partially because like obviously I'm just not great at I'm not great at like listening to instructions and then immediately repeating them. I've got better at it, like with the Squawk code being able to immediately repeat it, but it still needs some work. Definitely. we're still 78 miles to having to descend, so we're good for now. Been in the air around 20 minutes, so pretty good. We might be passed on to another control soonish, I don't know. Like our top of descent icon is now appearing on our little display. $70 miles, okay. And the Spanish centre has just come online now as well. One of the Spanish centres, so it's, I guess, like, I can now zoom in a bit more actually on Vatsim to see my aircraft and how chaotic it's getting near Lisbon. Right, Lisbon approach. That's not it there. I want to know. ATIS. It's still only 130 the ATIS apparently. Can't hear the ATIS at the moment, even though it says I'm in range of it. Obviously I'm not. We might actually be passed on to the next Lisbon centre first, I'm not really sure.
Air Portugal 15 Kilo Oscar, you are now identified, maintaining level 330. Fly direct Busan and fly the Busan for Papa arrival.
Busan and clear the Busan for Papa arrival. Air Portugal 15 kilos, thank you.
So for now we are just sort of sitting here.
Lisbon, bom dia, Source 461, proceeding to Lidrook, line flight level 240.
Source 461, bom dia, radar contact, line flight level 370, fly direct Busan.
Line flight level 370 and direct Busan, Source 461.
So for now 130 nautical miles to Busan. We are descending at about 50 nautical miles now, so give it 40 miles and we'll request for some descent. So
Ryanair 21 uniform Bravo, fly direct Papa Tango 422.
fly direct Papa Tango 422, Ryanair 21 uniform Bravo.
Air Portugal 15 Kilo Oscar, fly direct Papa Tango 422.
Papa Tango 422.
Directing Papa Tango 422,
Getting that,
Portugal.
cool.
15
That'll save us a lot of time. Because now we don't have to bother with some of the arrival, which is cool. And we haven't got to bother with that restriction either of being below 17,000 by a certain point, so that's kind of cool. It's moved our top of descent, I think, slightly closer. Our original ETA was like, what was our original ETA? About 10:50, I think it was, something like that. So I think we've saved about 5 minutes, which is pretty nice. Nice way to save that time. Save some fuel while we're at it. Why not? But it's good though, we got to skip out some of the arrival then, which is, you know, save us a bit of time, won't it? Right, we're approaching the point where we do need to ask to descend. 33 nautical miles till descent, so... Yeah, these flights they do go quite quickly. You know, I mean, it feels like I'm pretty much already getting ready to descend. It's like, it feels like 5 minutes ago we left, isn't it? So...
Portugal 3839 are ready for descent.
Okay, Delta 3839, descent flight level 250.
Descent flight level 250, Portugal 3839.
So I'll get the ground chart up ready. Don't need it yet, but... Of course, the arrival chart is quite simple. Like, it's the ground chart we're going to need to look at. I'll get it on full when we land, so I can sort of half see what's going on. And we're going to try and request anywhere from stand 200 to 209.
Yep, Portugal 3839, contact Madeira approach 109.6. Bye-bye.
119.6, Portugal 3839, bye-bye.
I might have said I was going to do something, man. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I don't know. Right, 24 miles to descent, so I want to try and contact the controller in about 10 nautical miles. Yeah, we're 10 nautical miles from descent. Do it then. So this flight's gone pretty smooth so far. Hopefully we can continue that by the time we land in Lisbon. It's going to be quite busy, isn't it? There's currently 7 planes on the ground, 6 of them departing, one of them
Lisbon, West Control, good morning, sir. Humanita 7106 with you. Fly level 340. Inbound RS Echo Romeo Papa Echo Sierra. Speed Mach decimal 785.
Humanitarian 7106, good morning, sir. Radar contact, continuous clear.
And continuous cleared for Humanita 7106, thank you.
Right, we're approaching, needing to request descent. In about 2 miles will do it, so, and then I can plug it into there. We get a message up there that says reset MTP altitude ready for descent, so. 10 miles now. Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, ready for descent.
Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, descent flight level 250.
Descend flight level 250, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo. So we can give them...
Portugal 112 Charlie, monitor Unicom 122.8, will be
So we've been cleared down to 250. As soon as we get told, so 6 miles now to descent, and then we'll start making our way down into Lisbon. 139 nautical miles now to Lisbon. Obviously there's no restrictions or anything like that now, because we are going direct to Papa Tango 42 for now anyway, so pretty good. Could have said ready for descent slightly later maybe. It's only 2 miles, so the plane will start its descent any time now. Set all brakes 2, ready for landing. Oh, I don't know why, but I just like to set the auto brakes now because you can. I mean, auto brake. You could literally set the auto brakes for landing. Like once you got to cruise, and you'll be fine because the auto brakes don't really do anything mid-air. So, and there it is. We've started our descent now. How long were we at cruise then? We were at cruise for about an hour and 12 minutes, so pretty long time.
Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, contact Lisbon approach 119.1. Bye-bye.
Lisbon approach 119.1, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo. So that's what we're going on to next now, is it? 119.1. Lisbon approach, hello, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, descending, flight level 250.
Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, hello, good morning actually, radar contact, continue descent level 100, information Alpha.
Descent flight level 100, information Alpha, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo. I don't know, I think he said flight level, like descend flight level 10,000, I'm pretty sure he said. Like, so. And I've got to write information Alpha. I'm glad I have that notepad. Can write down useful information. So even though we're passing Lisbon control, like Lisbon approach, but they're actually quite far away still. This is actually, yeah, it's still information Alpha, so. .95 nautical miles now to next waypoint. I can see the little decel markers for 10,000 feet popping up on our screen. So obviously we started our descent, haven't we? So next we might be past a tower, or the next, I'm going to select tower, 118.1. This tower. That'll be the next thing. So we might select tower next, we might go on to the other Lisbon approach. Because it does say Lisbon F approach, like as in like maybe final approach. So, who knows? I'm expecting the Air Portugal to get put onto that sometime soon. They've started descending, I think. Yeah, it's cool, we're descending now, getting closer. We can't, can I see land? Yes, I can. We're 100 miles from Lisbon, I can finally see land. Haven't seen land in absolutely ages in this game. Passing 26,000, I think we're going down to 10,000 by the looks of what we were told there, so. There we are, passing 25,000. That TAP Air Portugal's got to go on to approach soon. Well, they're not descending actually. Interesting. We've still got 95 miles to go to Lisbon yet, so we're not quite there yet. We're just having a nice calm descent for now. I'll turn down the range on that now because I can see all the big massive airport stuff in the distance. We are just 90 miles away from Lisbon. crossing 22,000 now. Just a bit of a gentle descent at the moment. Quite calm. Obviously we need to be above 4,000, no proper speed restriction until PAS X, which is the ILS. And that's a speed restriction of 180. About 15,000 will probably turn on the seatbelt signs and all that. Contrail has disappeared. I can properly see land now. Cool. 80 miles to Lisbon. It's not far, is it? Really not far. Got 7 planes on the ground right now in Lisbon, 6 actually. All the planes are starting to land now, and then there's tons that have connected. It's nuts. Absolutely tons. A lot of them are going to Funchal. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ponta Delgada has got now like nothing heading to it. I'm surprised that tap has actually started descending now, so I'm surprised it hasn't gone on to our approach. But I haven't heard it, so. Nice little view outside, isn't it? I like it. Right, seatbelt sign's going to come on about 3,000 feet, I think. In about 3,000. 9 minutes to arrive according to smart cars, so I'm not sure how accurate that is. We might need to deploy some speed brakes a bit later on now. We're starting to gain some speed, so we might get a drag required message pop up. You get a little yellow light here being like, oh, it's an FMC light, so go and check it out. That light is working. Good. So passing 17,000 now. Well, so we've already been cleared as far as 10,000 right now, so I don't know how we're going to do afterwards, whether we'll, you know, what we'll be told by ATC.
Lisbon approach, good morning, Air Portugal 15 Kilo Oscar, passing flight level 295, descending flight level 250, directing Papa Tango 422 with formation Bravo.
Portugal 15 Kilo Oscar, hello, good morning, radar contact, continue descent level 100.
Continue descent flight level 100, Air Portugal 15 Kilo Oscar.
Ryanair 21 uniform Bravo, contact now, arrival frequency 125.125, bye-bye.
Contact arrival on 125.125, Ryanair 21 uniform Bravo. Okay, so we've gone over to 125.25. No, 12. Got information Bravo now of it, maybe. Yeah. Hello, Ryanair 21 uniform Bravo, descending flight level 100. We have information Bravo.
Ryanair 21 uniform Bravo, good morning, radar contact, continue descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Continue descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1011, Ryanair 21 uniform Bravo. So when we get past the next bit, right, you can go on now. Seatbelt signs. So yeah, we're going to get a drag required message now, which I was expecting, really. We won't fully deploy them yet. Although it's actually fully deployed, so. Maybe I'll keep them open a little bit. To help us, you know, keep this speed. So what I'm on the set QNH 1011. So I'll pre-tune it. And that's when we get to the transition level, which is 5,500 feet currently. That's what this set. Yeah, we're enjoying this nice ATC flying. It's pretty good. We're going to hit a speed restriction now to get down to 250 knots. At 10,000 obviously. Five planes on the ground in Lisbon right now. There is quite a few planes on the ground. That's right, we're going to start slowing down now. So let's put in the speed brakes. To help this plane slow down. To 240 knots, which is what this is, you know, wanting to slow down to. Then we get to about 250 knots, that's when I'll sort of get rid of it a little bit. Okay, so now we are slowing down. And when the throttle starts coming up, that's when it's like we don't need it as much. Right. Guiding lights can come on. This thing's descending really slowly now. Great. Okay, it's going to pick up the pace again now. So there we are, past 10,000 feet. A little reminder from smart cars there. It just says 10,000 feet. I don't exactly know why it does that, but it does. $18 nautical miles to the first sort of waypoint. Just want to stay at 4,000 for now, really. And next will definitely be to contact tower 118.1. Information Bravo, yeah. So exit at Hotel November. Cool.
Good morning, Portugal 15 Oscar, passing flight level 176, descending flight level 100, directing Papa Tango 422 with information Bravo.
Portugal 15 Kilo Oscar, good morning, radar contact, continue descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Same 4,000 feet, QNH 1011, Air Portugal 152 Oscar.
It's quite funny that Air Portugal behind us actually, like, it was there, that A321 we saw in Ponta Delgada, you know, 2 hours ago now. It's the same plane as is talking there.
Right there, to Uniform Bravo, proceed direct PESX, clear ILS approach, runway 03, report established.
Direct PESX, expect ILS 03, report established. Ryanair 21, Uniform Bravo.
And hi there to Uniform Bravo, you are cleared ILS runway 03.
Cleared ILS 03, Ryanair 21, Uniform Bravo. So we're being cleared to approach now, so let's head over to our ILS. And then when we're established on the ILS, report that we are. So time to slow down now. Time to start slowing down. So and runway turn-offs can come on, actually, why not? I think you turn on the runway turn-offs on sort of like final. Who knows? I'm not great with it, but and we've hit a decel point here now, so we'll slow down to 205 knots. Won't bother putting any flaps yet, I don't think. Actually, since we want to be at 180 knots, we'll go flaps 2. And that'll help us descend down. No, that'll help us slow down to the right altitude. So here is the lovely city of Lisbon. We've been waiting to see this for quite some time now. So, you know, we've been in the air for almost 2 hours. And we will have saved a bit of time on what Simbrief thought originally because of the nice little cut-ins that ATC have given us throughout the route. So we've slowed down now to 180, which is the speed that we want. Runway just 18 miles away now, apparently. I'm not sure that's accurate. No, it's a bit less than that, surely. Oh, it's because it's duplicated. That's what's happened there. It's because it's duplicated. That's a bit oops. That means we're slightly too high as well, which isn't great. It's on approach now. Established on ILS 03, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo.
Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, contact Lisbon Tower, frequency 118.1, have a good landing, bye bye.
Tower on 118.1, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo.
Oh wow.
Lisbon Tower, hello, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo on ILS 03, information Bravo.
Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, Lisbon, good afternoon. Continue approach runway 03.
Continue ILS 03, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo. Okay, let's just slow this thing down because we are going a bit too quickly. Flaps full now, I think. Because sadly, we've had obviously a bit of a miscalculation with the FMC going a bit odd there. So we have to try and slow it down as quickly as we can.
Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, reduced minimum approach speed, runway 03.
I didn't hear what he said there.
Eurotrans 22103, clear takeoff, winds variable between 350 and 080 degrees, 5 knots.
Clear for takeoff runway 03, Eurotrans 221.
But this thing's now actually properly slowed down. Cool. Right, I'm going to take control from here. So we're waiting for landing clearance now.
Zero Tower, Portugal 442, now reaching holding point Mike 5.
Portugal 442 behind landing Ryanair 3. Correction, behind landing Ryanair Boeing 738 line up and wait behind runway 03.
Line up and wait runway 0T behind landing traffic, Portugal 442.
Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, runway 03, clear land, winds variable between 350 and 080 degrees, 5 knots.
Clear to land runway 03, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo.
Eurotrans 221, contact approach 11901, stay safe my friend.
Okay, we've been cleared to land.
Eurotrans 221, bye.
So off we go now. This is the site of Lisbon.
300.
Very busy on the ground here. I can see all the planes.
100.
Slightly low maybe, but we're alright.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And here we are on the ground. And hello everyone and welcome. 8 knots for those coming in. And manual brakes. Hello everyone and welcome to Lisbon. Flight's going to stay down 53 minutes. Right, let's get up here to Hotel November and let's get the ground chart up as well. Cool everyone. Here we are. Welcome everyone. Ground frequency is 121.75. Is this Hotel November? Nope. Oh, that being 5, yeah it is Alpha November here. Hotel November, sorry. It's got a different name. I think the
Ryanair 21 is from Bravo, vacate next right and contact ground and 121.750 and go after.
Vacate next right, ground's on 121.75, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo. Okay.
Airport goes 442, runway 03, take off please, variable 35008.
Ground is 121.75.
Clear for takeoff runway 03, Portugal 442.
Lisbon Ground, hello, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, requesting taxi to the gate.
Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, good day. Taxi to stand 202 via Uniform Tango Mike.
Stand 202 via Uniform Tango Mike, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo.
Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, be advised, taxiway Tango is runway 3517. So you enter runway and vacate on Mike.
Enter runway, vacate on Mike, Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, thanks. Alright, so Tango, I remember that, I already jotted it down. So we're down, uniform on, and then we're vacating on Mike.
Push and start.
Up here, and we're going to stand
Easy
202.
7606, squawk mode sharp.
Which is what I wanted, so onto the runway here, down there to Mike, and let's get GSX advised we'll be parking at stand 202. Although,
Please 76
I'm not sure
fast for Charlie
I'm not sure if GSX understands that. Unfortunately, I think the gates here. Right, it's apron. What apron is it?
Easy 7605, push and start approved QNH 1011.
Push and start approved QNH is 1011.
It's apron 20, so it's not really very obvious. So I think we'll have to just make our way down to the stand and then sort of, you know, I'll make our way down to the stand park and then get GSX ground services. So hello everyone, welcome. Here we are. So we just entered on runway 17 here. So we're going stand 202. So let's make our way down there now. That landing wasn't great, I don't think. I don't think it was very good. Minus 606, and then apparently we bounced and touched back down at minus 117. So, I'm not sure if it was that hard. It felt alright. It could have been better. Right, this is golf. That's golf as well. Yankee doesn't exist in this game. We're going down to Mike, we are. Which is that one there. And then the gate, oh here you go, gate 202 doesn't actually exist in my game, I don't think. I think I'm parking where those EasyJets and all that are. I can get this chart up now, so we'll vacate on Mike and then head down, look, and then in. Luckily, when we head in, it's literally like the first gate pretty much, but unfortunately yeah, it just doesn't exist, which is a bit of a pain. Bit of a pain for us. Right, let's get on to APU power now. There you go, this is Mike.
Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, vacate on Mike. That's your right, yeah.
So they've told me where to, he was telling me where to vacate, but I've vacated in the right place anyway. So we're going to head down here now. And then it's, yeah, along here, then this straight taxiway. So the taxiway exists like it should. I think we're parking next to the Ryanair. That other Ryanair. Just unfortunately we haven't really got any way to tell. So that's Lima there. So just before Lima, we turn left and then park in that field. I need to get some scenery. So we head along here, and then there should be between the row of stands, that road there. We turn left just after we pass that road. I'm using some good visual skills here. And then we turn left about here, and then our gate is literally just there, I think. It might look a bit stupid from far away, because we are totally parking in the middle of nowhere, but obviously this is a gate in real life. It just doesn't exist in FSX, sadly. Well, I'm pretty sure that's where we park.
Lisbon ground, good morning, Air Portugal 15 Kilo Oscar, we're vacated 03 on Hotel November.
Air Portugal 15 Kilo Oscar, good day, taxi stand 122 via Uniform Alpha.
We won't be able to get any
Stand 122
handling.
Uniform Alpha, Air Portugal 15 Kilo Oscar.
Won't be able to get any ground handling, sadly. So we'll open that door and open the air stair. We need to get some scenery. That's one thing I need to try and look at getting some scenery. APU can come off, taxi light off. Right. Cool. Obviously we'll have no ground services now because I haven't got any scenery and this gate doesn't exist in FSX. Oh well. Sorry about that, guys. Won't get any ground services or anything like that, but here we are. Successful flight. I'm amazed we managed to sort of gauge that correctly, really. But there we go, I guess. Right, get the charts off. And stop the block. 2 hours and 6 minutes block time. Not bad. Not bad at all. So, cross off that.
Surge 141, squawk mode Charlie.
Oh yeah, turn off my TCAS now. We're at the stand, going to disconnect now. Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo. Thanks for the ATC in this event.
Ryanair 21 Uniform Bravo, flight plan close 1053. Bye bye.
Cool. Right, we can disconnect from Vatsim now. So, and there we go. So I turned the engines off, yeah. Wasn't sure then. I was like, I did. Cool. So you can just turn off all of this basically, all these extra. Just get the plane off basically. So everything's going off basically. Do cold and dark sort of thing, I think. Make sure everything's off first. I think that's everything off now. I'm not sure what it is making that noise. Because everything's off. Like, this is what has always wanted me about this plane. I don't know whether all this needs to go off, really. All that stuff that just sort of, like, under the covers, it all stays on, doesn't it? That's why it's under a cover. Apart from the battery, obviously, when you parked. There we go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Actually, one thing. Let's disconnect the... Cool. And there it is. Finished. So let's go ahead and finish that. Flight duration, hour and 53 minutes. Not bad. Bit of a hard landing. Could have been a bit better. We might not get a lot of points for that one. I don't think it was so bad that we wouldn't have got any points, but it was bad. It's been invalidated. Okay. Shame. So the fact it's been invalidated is a bit of a shame, isn't it? So that's how bad the landing was. Sadly, it's been rejected. So yeah, the landing rate being -606, it was a bit high. I didn't really feel like it was that bad, the landing, but... And I've moved my... How long was my microphone up there? I think you can still hear me, but it's a bit quiet when it's like that. Right, let's bring up the latch. There it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I mean, how many viewers we had today? Actually, we've had none. Never mind, no one's been watching. We'll see it as a live broadcast. I've had good fun, though, flying, so... Next week, we'll be flying an ATR. That's the plan, so... Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.